Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. There are some things that I see. Sometimes I chuckle because I feel like some people are not like intellectually smart because there are some discussions you will never ever come out to talk about in public. But some people will always look for a way to show you how dumb they are and how uneducated they are. And this is also a typical example of it. Okay, this man coming out, they ask him, why do these people adopt black children? And I am hearing this because black people are leaving their children, having babies and leaving the babies. Like, how? How? And Charlie Kirk is talking about how, that he learned all his entire life in school, learning about slavery, and he never learned about the founders. That is to tell you how crazy these people are. Now, let me say this. I do not blame this girl that said, do not force your poor brain and your poor education on people because you all know how to push narrative backward and forth and all that. Now, I know your founders are the most amazing people, but you all are not telling yourself the truth. That's why I keep saying CRT is a must, but you all have refused to. Instead of you to go and read and learn, Charlie Kirk, you don't know anything, but you always look for a way to run around from the truth. And for the black man that is busy talking BS, because that thing is BS on a serious note, waking up to blame black people for literally everything going on under this is just crazy. Let's get into this video.
Why do white people adopt black children? It's a real question for me.
Because you keep throwing them away. Maybe if black mothers would stop having random children with random men without being married and having a family to keep that child in, there wouldn't be so many black children to adopt. Also, while you're on the internet running your mouth, how many children can you adopt? Probably zero, because you don't qualify, because you have to have a family. You have to be financially sound. See, this is how the process works. First, they reach out to the immediate family, any blood relatives, and try to get somebody to take that child. That didn't work. Then they try to find a child with a family they can connect with, same race. That didn't work. And they had no choice but to put the child with a white tea family who was willing to take the child. So instead of asking why are white tea people adopting black people, why don't you ask why are there so many black children up for adoption?
Whew. Number one, there is so much wrong in what he just said. I can tell he thought he ate. I'm finna knock over that whole plate. Number two, as a black man with kids, where in your half-baked analysis do you implicate the fathers, the baby daddies, the boyfriends, the husbands, or do you just skip over them and call them a random man? Number three, the random man he spoke of, do they have any responsibility in parenting or bringing up a child, or is it all the onus on black women? Number four, this man does not know how adoption works. There are different processes for private and public ways of adopting children. We also know that you don't have to have a two-parent household in terms of a heterosexual couple to adopt. There are gay couples that adopt. There are lesbian couples to adopt. This man really thought deeply about some shallow shit and then drowned in his own understanding, thinking he clever. Number five, let's contextualize how criminality works in answering this question about why there are so many black kids up for adoption. Today, black women make up only 13% of women in this country, but represent 30% of women in prison population and 44% of women in jail. I wonder, how does being incarcerated impact your ability to raise and parent a child? Number six, for I even contextualize how black men are impacted by the prison industrial complex and how that impact their parenting. Let's be real. We are more likely to be suspected, to be detected, therefore we're more likely to be incarcerated, to be convicted, and to be punished. And that obviously impacts how we parent our children. I'm a person that literally was in college with both of my parents being locked up. Number seven, it takes two people to make a child, right? What we know is that 33% of African-American males make up the population of those that's convicted for felonies. How does being convicted of a felony impact how children get placed in adoption? Well, your daddy locked up, your mama locked up. We're going to put you in the state like your parents in the state. Number eight, in pointing out that black women are the most educated, how does that correlate with them being the most paid? Because you recognize they usually pay less on the dollar than they less educated counterparts, right? Number nine, why do y'all like to pathologize the black community for being the only one that has single mothers in it? Why do y'all do that? Number 10, his entire rant was taken out of context what she was actually saying. This even what it say on the caption right here. White people adopting black children and don't see color. Let's really look at the clip she was responding to.
I'm not raising black children. I'm raising children. I'm not raising black men. I'm raising men. And whether you are black or you are white, no matter what race that you are, there are certain things about being a man and being a good man when it comes to character and integrity and safeguarding the helpless and sticking up for those who need it and being a good man.
Yes, this man made a racially illiterate analysis to defend somebody that was trying to be colorblind and raising black children. Say it ain't so. How many kids has he adopted? Does he have this same energy with any of his friends that are implicated in being random men that lay down women and make kids? Does he? In conclusion, I wonder what is the relationship to black womanhood and having economic access and also being able to birth a child. I wonder what are the correlations and implications of it. My final point comes from Hayes Hilda. Women get dragged for having babies. Women get dragged for choosing not to have babies. Shit is ridiculous at this point, man. Education is elevation.
When I was being schooled, we have spent an entire month on slavery. Totally get it. Terrible thing. But we spent so little time on the brilliance of the founders and what they've created and the greatest political document in human history and what went into it.
Can you guys please stop forcing your poor education or lack of paying attention to your educators onto the rest of us? Some of us actually had good teachers and or funded education programs. Some of us actually tried. Every week some imbecile gets online to say, how come they don't teach this in school? And that this in question is one of the most taught subjects. How did you learn about slavery but not the quote-unquote brilliance of the founders? Your American history book is a book in chronological order. Well, it should be, but blah, 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 blah. Meaning, to get to slavery, you would have had to first learn about colonial America and early exploration, the American Revolution, constitutional foundations, westward expansion and manifesting destiny, and then slavery, the Civil War and Reconstruction, etc. You're trying to tell me you didn't learn about the Constitution, just slavery? And see, if you were telling the truth, all I'd say is, well, maybe Republicans should stop demeaning teachers and demanding they're paid less, trying to strip public education of its funding. Then maybe you would have learned more. But, per usual, you're lying.
This is all I got from this video. That's why sometimes there are some kind of people I don't ever want to associate myself with. That is the shallow-minded people. Some people can blame, as long as it's black people, just blame them. Wake up and blame them for everything going on. Because waking up to see some people, see, I don't know if this is content or like they are trying to make money out of it, but there are some money that are not okay. Like, you know, all money is not good money. How do you blame anything, everything, literally everything? Like how many, he said that black, why is it that each time they talk about single mothers or single fathers, they talk about black people. When in other communities, they have all these things. The fact that a mad black man sat down because he is wild, he is going cray cray. If he's not cray cray, he wants to sit down on that couch or wherever he is with that durag on his head, looking for a way to denigrate his own people. Some people are just not okay. But if this is the kind of content, I don't know where he is going with this kind of content because this thing doesn't make any sense. Now, I am going to say this. You all can actually do better as human beings, as people in general, because looking for I am sure that if you wake up and ask them, why is the earth polluted today? They will tell you absolutely it's because black people are farting and all that. That's why the earth is polluted. That is, they do not actually have a case. They are just only looking for a way to blame it on black people. Probably he is married to a white woman, because when you see this kind of people and you go to his comment section, trust me, the comment section will just be all snow bunnies snowing. But I don't care, because so far you all can see how they have been unaliving them at the same time and also incarcerating them, sending them to jail. The fact that some people will never use their brain to know that some things are not even worth coming out here to spend your energy or to waste your time on. I mean, I think it's smart to know when not to talk and when to talk. That is one of the smartest things that will happen to any human being on earth. The fact that some people do not also know when to talk and how to talk is a whole lot of problem on its own. A full-grown adult coming out here to talk rubbish. Now, let me tell you something. You see, motherhood, baby mama, single mother is literally everywhere. How many percent of black people are in United States? How many percentage do they make up? But still, Black people are the cause of everything going on in the whole wide state, the whole United States. That is to tell you how brain damaged some people are, because if you are thinking very right, you will wake up every day, look for a way to drag your own community. Now, I am going to say this. I don't care where people, I don't care how people adopt and all that, but I think everybody should adopt people from his own tribe or his own people to, in order to be able to cater and care for them. Because I have seen so many people adopting, and in the end, after adopting, they use the children for something else. I just don't want to go into that. But please, enough of that, you all BS. Bye for now.